Welcome, welcome, welcome to all our wonderful, great friends, actually Gentile friends, on Facebook, on YouTube, on all our medias that we present our songs and clips. This is actually my first official speech that I'm giving. And the reason why, because everybody knows next week we'll be celebrating the holiday Shavuot. Shavuot was a celebration when Moses received the Bible on the Mount Sinai. God gave him the Torah to give to the Jewish nation. And the reason why the speech I'm saying before the holiday, how important everyone should know that our Torah, besides in the Guinness Book of Records, it's the most printed book in the world, but that's not the proof why the Torah is true. But it's one thing for sure, it's a bestseller. I'm here to show you in very short words how true our Torah, our Bible is, and why the whole world is copying us, and another answer to why all our responses, people write us on emails and Facebook, on YouTube, that you have to believe in Jesus. Jesus is the one. Your Torah is old-fashioned. You need a modern New Testament. I would say, God forbid. And I'll just show you why and prove you that our Torah is one and only. And only one God, one Torah, and one nation. Now I opened the book over here. Soon we'll take a picture so you'll see it clearly. By us we know that, how do we know the Torah is real? You ask me, how do I know I'm Jewish? I asked my father. How does my father know? He asked his grandfather. How did his grandfather know? Great-grandfather. Only if somebody becomes a convert, which his father is named Abraham, he changes his name. But our Jewish nation knows Moshe Kibel Torah Sinai, right? Moses accepted, received the Torah Sinai. U'Mesara liYeshua, he gave it over to Yehoshua. Yeshua is a Canaan, gave it to the elders as a Canaan. Masru la'anshe Knesset Agdola, they gave it to all the rabbis in history. And right here, I have the paper showing you that the world started 5,783 years ago. That's when the world started. And the Torah was given here at 2,448. And we are standing here 3,335 years later. Now I'll just tell you a little story. This boy goes to his mother and says, Mom, where do we come from? So she looks at him and she says, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers. And we had the Bible, of course, and we had all the Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah. We had all our mothers. So the little kid looks at his mom, he says, yeah, but Daddy just told me that we come from monkeys. So she looks at him and says, yes, he's talking about his side of the family, and I'm talking about my side of the family. You can believe what you want to believe, but the fact here is I'm showing you the Bible. I'm going to show you today a few little stories and a few little insights of our holy Torah, how pure and real it is. So, I told you many of the people here wrote us on YouTube, on Facebook, that Jesus is the thing, the real thing. Before I get into, I want to tell you a little story. This guy was fishing. Let's call him Michael. And his friend Jack came over to him and he said, what are you doing? He says, I have a new pattern. I put on an alarm clock on the fishing rod. And the fish was so tired from last night's party that they are sleeping. And I make the alarm clock go zzz, and then they wake up. So Jack says, I want to see it. So Michael tells him, give me $100. You know, today everything is honey, money, sunny, funny. Give me the money and I'll show you the honey. And you'll be real funny when you see the fish wake up. So he gives him $100. Ladies and gentlemen, no fish. She says, what's going on? You lied to me, Michael. He says, no, they were really tired at a special party. Went on to 3 in the morning. Give me another $100. He gives him another $100. No fish. So Jack says to Michael, come on. You just told me that you're going to show me a pattern. I spent $200 on it. How many fish did you catch already, Michael, today? Michael looks at Jack and he tells him, you're my 3rd fish today. Yes, you're right. He says, he caught another great fish, you know, weighs probably 250 pounds. So the moral of the story here is there's a lot of fake fish catchers out there, I call them, who are trying to brainwash you and tell you that this is the right thing and this is the real thing. The fact here is, I'm going to show you in the holy books, the best-selling book, the Guinness Book of Records, that says the opposite. So what I want to bring out to you is there is now going on in many countries, they're saying that Judaism, there was never such a comeback after the Holocaust. Everybody knows the biggest people converted from non-Jews to be Jews. And they wanted to know, why is it that way? So they started looking into Judaism, saying they must have a magic. The magic must be that we want to have the magic. It's their Torah. We know the only thing they do is they're in the synagogues learning Torah, saying prayers to God. So what is the magic? So all of a sudden, they started printing. This is called Schottenstein. This is an English translation of the Talmud. This side is English, this side is Hebrew. So they started translating this in Japanese, Chinese, in different languages, saying, let's learn the magic. And believe it or not, they did not see any magic, no magician, nothing. After learning this a whole year in colleges, they graduated knowing the same Talmud that we learn and study, but there was no, they didn't feel any better, they didn't feel any peace of mind. So the question was that why does Judaism have what they have after Holocaust, the rebuilding billions of dollars worth of synagogues and schools so fast that the mind can't even accept that there must be some magician here, some magic that happened. So what I want to share with you is like this. The Torah starts with Bereshis. This is Bereshis bara Elokim, right? This is the first Chumash in the Bible, and ends with Zot HaBracha, and this is in Devarim. The question here is, why does the Torah start with Bet, Bereshit, right, Bet, and ends with Lamed, right? Everybody knows the Aleph Bet Gimel, like A, B, C, D, E. We have Aleph Bet Gimel Dal Hey, and the last letter in the Torah ends with Lamed. So the question is, why is it that way? So let me first translate for you. Lamed and Bet in Judaism is heart. Why heart? Heart, we learn the Torah with the lev, with the heart. So that's why our rabbis tell us it ends with Lamed and starts with Bet. But the question to you is, why heart? We learn with our mind, we learn with our ears, we learn with our eyes. What's the heart so important? So now I'm going to share with you a little magic which we Judaism know, and the Gentiles would love to know it too. Our Torah, our Bible, is not just a normal book. You read it and go to sleep and you fall asleep with it. It's a famous story. This maid comes to this bookstore and says, I want to buy a Talmud called Baba Kama. That's one of our tractates in the Bible, in the Talmud. He says, why? You're not Jewish. So I always see my boss, he takes it to the table and then he falls asleep. He's middle of learning. So I figured maybe it's a good sleeping pill. I want to try it out. So he was laughing. The Bible has in it many, 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 many treatments. Everybody knows in the Bible you can cure yourself with any sickness, and the Rambam, the famous Rambam, became a doctor, and he showed us in his books all the secrets of remedies that today all the hospitals are producing. He knew it then.